to my channel. I'm Sarah and this is So Beauty Stuff. Today I'm talking about the Zoeva Blanc Fusion palette. I haven't got any other Zoeva palettes. I've got a couple of their eye brushes and I really like them, and I've heard good things about their eyeshadows, so I thought I'd give them a try. This palette, I actually, funny story behind this, I ordered this on, I think it was the 5th of December. I actually received it on the 6th of January, so it took over a month from when I placed the order to receive it, and it was going to be a gift, but because it came so late, it's now mine. So this palette is actually, out of all of their palettes, probably not one I'd usually choose to go for. If I was buying it for myself, I'd probably go for one of their more neutral palettes, because I'm a neutral palette addict. So this is pretty much a happy accident, because if I show you the colours in here, my initial thoughts on this are actually very, very good, because these mattes at the bottom, you can create a lot of dimension with an eye look with just these mattes. So even if you take out the top row, you've got a great basic everyday eye look in here. This top row goes from a very light, almost white yellow shimmer. All of these are shimmers on the top row here. They go from a very white, very bright, to a very sort of almost deep colour. So you've got a good variety there. You could highlight a look with just one of these colours, or you could do what I've done today and actually almost ombre them right from beginning to end, which is actually how I'm wearing my eyes today. I'll show you how I did that just a bit later on. I'll link in the description, I'll mark the timings in the video so you can skip forward if you just want to see the tutorial or if you just want to see swatches. So let's start by talking about the packaging. It's very thin, long palette, comes in just a little sleeve that's the same, has exactly the same information on the front and the back, so it's literally just to keep your palette clean and tidy if you like that. Now the palette sizes in here, it says 10 times 1.5 grams or 10 times 0.05 ounces. Now that's actually really big palettes. If you think about it compared to something like the Modern Renaissance palette, these are 0.7 grams or 0.02 ounces. But as far as pan sizes go, that's pretty good. They're pretty big. So application, I used my finger for the main yellow shade, but I use brushes for everything else. I think the pigment comes off really well. This palette is card, so although you can fold it all the way back, I imagine this would eventually tear the paper. It does have magnets in there as well, so when you close this, it snaps shut neatly. So if it's in a bag or in a makeup bag or something, it's not going to open up and get messy very easily. So I bought this from Sephora New Zealand for 39 New Zealand dollars. It's actually, I can't seem to find it on the website now. Even when I click the link in my order, it says that the palette's not available and it just takes me to the Zoeva page. They do have some other palettes on there that I'm just looking at here, and they are selling for 43 New Zealand dollars, which is $4 more than I paid for this one. So it's possible, I think I actually got this during some kind of promotion. So that's probably why it was a little bit cheaper. I don't know why it's not available on there at the moment. So let's talk about the names now. We've got Noble, Single Origin, Visions of Gold, Late Bloomer, Sweetness Lingers, Travel Inspired, Joy in a Box, Conched, Questions of Taste, and Last Bite. What I'll do now is I will swatch the colours on my arm. I'm not going to be particularly neat about this. I'm just going to start with these mattes. Come in my big old thumb. So those are the matte colours. You can see this end one is almost invisible on my skin. I actually use this as a base for my eye, so I set my eyeshadow primer with that. So that's a great colour for me. But as you can see, you've got a good variety there of neutrals that will kind of go with most skin tones. Now I will go in with the shimmers. So as you can see there, all of these shimmery colours have very yellowy tones. I love this colour here. I'm wearing it as my inner corner highlight today. It's very, very pretty. So I really like the way that these swatch on my skin. And this is a single finger swipe with no primer or anything like that on my skin. I think they come out really, really nice. The shimmers, particularly the three darker shimmers, are so pigmented. But as you can see, all of them show up really nicely. This lighter yellow here is a bit less pigmented, but it's very, very shimmery. It catches the light. Same with this end one here. It's very white based, but it also has a lot of shimmer in it. So you've got two really good highlight colours there. So I really, really like this palette. I'm really glad that I bought it rather than giving it as a gift. So Sephora, thank you for taking a month to get my order to me, because it means that I get to keep this for myself. So I'm just going to show you now how I achieved this eye look with the Zoeva Blanc Fusion palette, and I will see you afterwards. So I'm starting by setting my primer with Travel Inspired, just all over the lid. Then I'm going in with Question of Taste, just into my crease here, just to define the edge of my crease. Next I'm going in with Conched, just to darken that outer corner there, just very subtly. Then I'm using my finger in Visions of Gold and just patting that all over my lid to really get that intense yellow colour. Now with a brush I'm going in with Single Origin, just to help make that ombre, put that light highlighter yellow in the inner corner. And then some Late Bloomer in the outer corner to deepen up the outside colour. Now I'm going in with Last Bite, just to go around my crease again to make sure it's nice and defined. Next I just used a little bit of Joy in a Box to blend out that crease so it wasn't such a harsh line. And a little bit of Noble in my inner corners, a gorgeous highlighter shade to lighten up my eyes. And then I went back over with some Single Origin just to make sure that blend from the highlighter to the bright yellow was real smooth. Then I've used a bit of Sweetness Lingers to go over my outer corner again, just to really deepen that up. Whoa, and now, as if by magic, the rest of my face makeup done. So I've just gone in with an eyeliner wing here, using my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. And then finally I'm just going over it with Last Bite on my lower lash line, just to even that out, and I'm smudging out a little bit with a bit of Sweetness Lingers, just to add a little bit of shimmer there. And finally putting on some mascara. We all know how that's done. Oh, and touching up the inner corner with Noble. So overall, I'm really, really pleased with this palette. Yellows are summery, they could also be quite autumny, and I mean, you could wear these anytime really. This is not a colour I'd usually go for, but I'm loving it on my skin tone. I think it looks really nice. So I'm really, really pleased with this, and I would definitely recommend it. For my first experience of a Zoeva eyeshadow, I didn't experience any fallout. I always, when trying a new palette, I will do my eyeshadows before I do the rest of my face. I experienced no fallout whatsoever with finger or with a brush. As you can see with these that I've done finger swatches, there's no real fallout there. There was no real fallout of the pans. They are huge pans and pretty inexpensive, 39 New Zealand dollars or 43 probably full price for this, for 10 shadows, which is an average of about $4 per shadow. I definitely think I'm going to be purchasing more Zoeva eyeshadow palettes in the future. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. I really hope this video was useful for you. I'd love to hear recommendations on what other Zoeva palettes are great to have, because it looks like I'm probably going to be buying some more. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can click the big red button below, and you can go and view my blog if you want some more pictures, information on this palette, and also you subscribe to me on my social media, which I'll link down below. But hopefully I'll see you next time in my next video, and until then, see you later. Bye!